Good day, class. Welcome to today's learning. The subject we have today is Social Studies for Grade 2. Topic, Drug Abuse. Drug Abuse. Now, we move down to the meaning of drug abuse. What is drug abuse? Drug abuse means taking drugs in the wrong way or using drugs without a doctor's advice. I'll take that again. Drug abuse means taking drugs in the wrong way or using drugs without a doctor's advice. Now, in the wrong way, here we mean that when you take drugs, maybe overdose, you take drugs at the wrong time, you are abusing the drugs. Also, when you say without a doctor's advice, that is, when you're doing a self-medication, you are taking drugs by yourself without going to the hospital or talking to any doctor, you just buy any drugs you see and take. That is drug abuse. So drug abuse means taking drugs in the wrong way or using drugs without a doctor's advice. The next step we move on to is examples of drug abuse. Examples of drug abuse. That is, how can we abuse drugs or how can drugs be abused? Number one, taking medicines when not sick. Yes, I'll take it again. Taking medicines when not sick. That is, you are not sick, but you just feel like taking the medicine. Or maybe mommy is taking drugs and you also want to take it. We can also take medicines because it's sweet and you are not sick. So taking medicines when not sick is an example of drug abuse. Number two is taking too much medicine. Yes. Example, the doctor can tell you to take just one dose, one tablet, and you just, mom, I can't take one, let me take two. So taking more than what the doctor advised you to take is drug abuse. Taking too much medicine means you're abusing the drugs. Number three, using drugs given to another person. Yes, you're not sick, you're using the drugs given to someone else. That means you're abusing the drugs because you don't really know why that person is taking the drugs. So when using drugs given to another person, it means that you are abusing the drugs. So that's all about examples of drug abuse. So we move down to dangers of drug abuse. Dangers of drug abuse. That is, what happened when you misuse drugs? What happened when you abuse drugs? These are the repercussions of drug abuse. That is the dangers of drug abuse. Number one, it says it can make a person sick. Yes, you're not sick, you're taking drugs. What happened? That can lead to sickness. It can bring out the things you don't want from your body. So taking drugs when you're not sick can make you fall sick. So it says it can make a person sick. Number two, it can affect the brain. Yes, drug abuse, when you take too much drug, can affect the brain. It makes you misbehave. It makes someone start misbehaving. It makes you not attending class, doing some things you are not supposed to do, talking to people anyhow. That is, it can affect the brain. Number three, it can cause addiction. What do we mean by that? It can make you to continue. You can't stop. When you're addicted to something, it means you can't stop using that thing. You are always using it. If you don't see it, you are restless. So it can cause it can cause addiction. Rather. Number four, it says it can lead to poor school performance. Yes, When you take too much drugs, when you abuse drugs, it can lead to poor school performance. Example, the doctor asks you to take one and you're taking two tablets. What happens? You can be dizzy, you come to school, you start feeling dizzy, you just fall asleep while lesson is going on. So it can lead to poor school performance. Number five, it can also lead to death. When you abuse drug, it can lead to death. Now, this is what we have on the board. Drug abuse. We've known what drug abuse is. We know example of or ways we can abuse drugs, and also we've talked about the dangers of drug abuse. I have home fun here for you. The question number one says, what is drug abuse? What is drug abuse? I would love it if you use your own words to define what drug abuse is. And number two says, mention three dangers of abusing drugs. Apart from this, what else can happen to someone who abuses drugs? So that's all for this class. We are done for this topic. See you next time. Bye.